So welcome back to Grow Fit Florida. I'm Jermaine, and if you remember, a couple weeks ago we harvested some ashwagandha. Now we have a whole bunch of ashwagandha, but just talking about the ashwagandha that we harvested together. I said I was going to show you how to use that ashwagandha, and today is the day. So we're going to turn that ashwagandha that we harvested into actual vitamins, and we're going to put them into pills so we're able to easily take them, and it's going to add to our nutrition, add to our health. And you can do this with anything. The hardest thing that I've found in growing my own food, and especially growing our own herbs, food is easy. If a mango is ripe, you're going to get the mango and you're going to eat the mango. So it's really not that much that you have to do with it. Now, when you start getting a whole bunch of mango trees and they get bigger, storing it, that's another thing. Guava is another thing. You get a lot of guava, sometimes you can't eat it all. Bananas, papaya, you guys understand. But herbs is a whole nother ball game because you can't eat your herbs all on the same day. You can't tea them all on the same day. So what do you do? How do you store them? How do you use them properly? And today I'm going to show you one of the secrets that we use where we make our own supplements. When I say make your own medicine cabinet in the backyard, this is what I'm talking about. So if you're following along and if you have something growing, whether that's ashwagandha, moringa, or whatever else it is that you take daily and you want to put it in capsule form and make it a supplement, stay tuned and watch that. What you need first is just get yourself some plastic bag so you can go harvest it. And let me show you guys what we're going to do next. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago, we threw our ashwagandha in here to let it dry. You want your supplements and your herbs to dry before you do anything with them. So let's take them out. Now, these are all pre-washed. So I washed them when I harvest, and we gave them a couple weeks to dry. You don't have to give things a couple weeks. Now, they'll dry before that. But I gave them a couple weeks. And here we go. This is our ashwagandha that we harvested together on that video. So let's throw it in our bag. And all of this can be ground up, everything. And we're going to be able to use this. See, it's nice and dry and stiff. It's ready to go. Still smells nice and strong, very potent, very, very potent. And we're going to turn all of this into a daily multivitamin that we can take. And again, you could do this with anything, with any of your herbs. Sometimes you don't want to tea them. You definitely don't want to eat all your herbs a lot of times. I understand. So if you don't mind swallowing pills, vitamin, this is an easier way. So let's go. So I'm in my office and let's make these. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some capsules. Now I got these off Amazon. They were $5. So whatever capsules you want, they have vegetarian, they have different sizes. That size 0 works pretty good for me. Now 0 is kind of big, but it's not the biggest. You can get smaller ones if you want less. This is a personal thing, whatever it is that you want. So you're going to need this. The second thing, you're going to need something to grind them up with. Now, this is specifically made more so for your herbs, and you can grind coffee grounds up too. Now, I have a burr grinder, something that's specifically for coffee. You could use that too if you have one. The only reason why I don't use it is because when you have something like ashwagandha, I don't want that taste mixed in with my coffee beans. I really don't. You can wash it out, but I've tried before. You put something in there and you wash it. I don't know. I don't want that mix. I enjoy my coffee and I want to keep it. So I suggest going out and just getting your own grinder that you can grind some herbs and even some coffee beans up and just dedicate it for your herbs. So that's number 2, what you're going to need. Of course, you're going to need whatever it is you're going to grind up. And then the third thing is just take an old supplement bottle or pill bottle, whatever. You see, this is an old one from Ginkgo biloba that I used to take back in the day. Is no good. You can just take the label off like that. Well, we'll do it better. You guys get the picture. So we're going to take that off. And now we have a bottle where we can just write ashwagandha on it and we can actually store our vitamins. So let's get started. All right. So we're going to open our capsules. Let's take our capsules out. And as you see, it comes with these, which are very handy. It's going to help you be able to fill them. They're very handy. So you're able to fill them up. So we can leave that there. And I just got a sheet of paper. Just keep it clean. I'm able to see everything. And here's your capsules that you're going to fill it with. Comes with 100. Like I said, you can get whatever capsules you want. This is just what I went with. They were on sale. They're pretty good. I'm going to use these. And if you're wondering, when you pull out a capsule out of there, is very simple. They just slide open just like that. Very simple. And you can slide it right back in. Just like that. Very simple. All right, now let's start the grind. Now let's use a good chunk of that root first. So we're just placing it in there just like that. Now, the grinder I have isn't the most powerful, so this should be enough for now. So you can get, of course, a more powerful one, but this gets the job done. All right, so we have it in there. Close the lid and let's grind. So I actually had to take a little bit out because it wasn't grinding it. So let's go now. Take a little while. See if that helped. Take a little more out. See, it's grinding it. It's just very slow. Take a little more out. There we go. Had a little ashwagandha stuck underneath the blade there. That is strong. Look at that. Almost there. See all that smoke coming out. The powder. Still not there. I might have to switch over to my other one because this is not grinding it well enough. All right, so before we move further, I'm gonna switch over to my other one because this one is not grinding it well enough. Does great for moringa, but ashwagandha, it is not powerful enough. So let's switch. So I didn't want to have to wake up the whole house. They're already up though. But this one is not grinding it. So if you have a small, simple one like this, it's probably not going to grind it that well. So we're going to have to switch to the Vitamix and just make sure that it's nice and dry because if it's wet, that's not going to be good. You're not going to be able to fill your capsules. So just make sure it's nice and dry and we're going to switch everything over to this right here. And we know this is going to grind. So let's dump what we have in. It's a good amount. It did the best it could. This we'll be able to dump all these in. So it did the best it could. Like I said, for ashwagandha, for moringa, that one's actually pretty good. But it just doesn't have the power for these. Look how thick those roots are. I don't know what I was thinking using that, to tell you the truth. But there we go. This is normally what I use anyway. All right, so let's get the blender. Now you want this fine. So, ooh, that is strong. It smells good though. Nope, we can get a little bit more. So I still hear things getting broken down. That's the only reason why I'm still letting it go a little bit longer. Almost. All right, that should be good. Let's let it air out a little bit. All right, so now we're just going to take it out and pour it into any bowl. My job's probably going to flare up a little bit. That's good. Move that out the way. Now you have your ashwagandha grind up and ready to be stuffed into capsules. Now from this point, just get your sheet of paper and want to put it on. You're gonna get your capsules. Remember, most of them come with this, or you're able to easily fill your capsules. And then we'll get our old supplement bottle. You can use anything you want. It doesn't have to be an old supplement bottle, but hey, that's what I like to use. So let's take out a couple like that and take it, simply open it. Now, I'm not sure how many milligrams this is per capsule. I don't know. So I'm just going off of how I feel when I stuff these. So you put in them start off small. Maybe that's just enough for you. Start off just like that. Don't load them in or don't get a size 0. Get one that's a little bit smaller. But I know how I feel when I take my own ashwagandha and I know the amount that typically gives me the results that I'm after. It's a little time consuming, but hey, you're saving money and you know what you're putting in your body here. And it's way more potent when you're doing this. So look at that. And this is about what I like to put in. And then you just close it off. Now you have your own ashwagandha ready to be taken. Just like that. That simple. And then we just throw it in there. Let me do another one for you guys so you see. So you take your capsule, take it off, small end down, take some ashwagandha and just stuff it in there. Now they have little ciphers too for capsules. That's much easier that you can use than this. Much, much easier. You just dump it in there. So that's another option too. All right, that's good. Close it up. Look at that. Ashwagandha. Ready to be taken by you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this video showed you something today. That we can grow our own supplements easily. Just takes a little time. But this right here is more potent than anything that you'll buy at a store. 1, because I dried it properly. I didn't rush it. 2, because I grew it from my own backyard. You can do it too. God bless and stay healthy.